And
Okay.
oh man, we're gonna record.
Yes, we're gonna
Love my phone
record.
number.
Yes. Event planner.
Yes.
I think
Um,
she's awaiting you.
yes. Again, I have a meeting in 1 hour from now to plan out my life.
Okay.
Hopefully, I can do that. Hopefully, I can meet with her today. That'd be fingers crossed.
Okay. And that'd be great.
Yes.
Um, yeah, that'd be great.
Uh,
She's a little more expensive than a little more costly than we'd hoped, but
yes.
decide whether it's if you think it's great or not.
Well, I looked at her event that she's planning, and that's
Mm-hmm.
a massive event. And it
Mm-hmm.
looks like I'm gonna um, talk with Matt and see if I can submit for a speaker for her event. Hmm.
Interesting.
Yes. So I was like, wait, why am I not talking here? And they still have a call for speakers out. So great news. I will be
What
speaking
event?
there.
What event is it?
It's called Rosetta Fest.
Yeah.
Um, it's an interesting perspective. I'm gonna call one of my friends who's speaking and see like what her thought process is. But it's basically like a direct care consortium
Hmm.
um, meeting where it's like a where people are like, oh, this is how I do it. Oh, this is like there. It's like a direct to like the my friend who's speaking. She is a expert in direct primary care, and she has a podcast about direct primary care. And
Oh, yes.
her name's
Hmm.
Marielle Conception, and shockingly, she lives in my same town.
Yeah. You told me about her
Huh.
before.
Yeah. Um, who knew there was going to be a town of 20,000 with two expert, not, renowned experts in the direct care movement. But that's what my point is, coming direct care a la orthobiologics and direct care surgery. Like, how do you do that? Because every time I talk to anybody over there, like, you wait, you do surgery and you didn't take insurance? Tell me more. This is so weird, right? So that's going to be the angle that I'm going to talk about. And of
Sounds
course,
good.
then the question is how do you do it? And you're like, well, I have this course. It's really entertaining. Voila. Okay, so let's
Hmm.
talk about yeah. So I in 1 hour I have to talk about first thing and her name's Jenny. Is that right?
Yeah.
Event planner,
Jeannie.
Jenny, right?
Jeannie. Jeannie.
Oh, Jeannie,
Hmm.
Jeannie, right? Okay, okay,
Hold on. Is
great.
she Filipino? Marielle Conception is Filipino.
Yes, but I don't know. I think she was born here. I think her parents emigrated, but I can't remember all the dates.
She identifies. Anyway, yes.
Yes,
Okay, great.
I remember if
Um,
she was natural. Anyways, I will talk to Jeannie as ASAP-ish. And
so
then you had
When you talk to
the
Jeannie too,
document, and then we had some other questions. Yeah.
yeah, when you talk to
Yeah.
Jeannie too, the big thing, Ariana, where I hope that she's able to help us, other than that which we know, in terms of the event and planning the event, is the ticket mapping and managing and understanding how we work
Mm,
with all of these portals and getting those referrals into the system and getting people to actually register.
yes. Yeah, ticket sales. That would be my hope, is her expertise with ticket mapping, ticket sales, and like the promotional piece of that.
Yeah.
Because it's hard when you're in it, you don't understand, but someone from the outside, they're like, oh, well, of course, this is what you do. Ah, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, thanks. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
that was my hope as well.
okay. Um, Colin, I know we need to go over your document.
Oh, yeah. I don't I don't know if we can do all that in one session. I think we need to strategize how we want to do it and maybe do it in pieces.
What, I mean, I looked at it, I started looking at it.
Uh-huh. It
Um,
it just contains a lot of questions of things that we haven't really even brought up yet.
yeah,
So it'll just um we'll have to address the questions, and they're all relevant too. I mean, they're all stuff we need to address anyways. So um
yeah.
deciding when, well, deciding how we want to approach it. Um, if we want to map out the particulars, and then each of us have uh, each of us go in and like color code our response, and then we all come together on it. Um, some of them I don't really know how to address.
Do you have a couple of them that are, I mean, this is only 8 pages, and
Hmm.
he's made recommendations for the majority of them.
Right. Hmm.
Are there top concerns that you'd like to at least um, talk through right now while we're all here? Like the top five concerns, and then we can each go through and color code our answers, and all of the ones that are the same, then
Hmm.
that'll be our answer. And then if not, then we have our talking points on a further discussion.
Hmm.
Can we do that? Because I
We
mean,
can do that.
part of this
The,
is like we're um delaying registration because we don't have a TIN and an entity
we do.
and a bank account. Do we have a TIN?
Yeah, that came through last week.
Okay, and do we have a bank account?
Nope, that's this week.
Okay, so as long as these operating agreements don't delay registration, then we can work through this at our leisure. If we have a TIN and a bank account, then we can open registration. Um, I think that's critical to open
Right.
registration ASAP.
Right.
Now, I understand, Atiba, that we want, as long as this is the gal for us, then we would want her help on the positioning and copy and all of those things. Um,
Mhm.
but at least we want to open registration.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
No, the operating agreement, I don't have concerns about. I just want us all to be on the same page with. So
What are
that's not
the
something that's
things you're
urgent.
like, I don't know? Okay.
I would have to go
Mm,
and look.
We want to go through.
I've
I
read it
mean,
like
I'm
one and a
good.
half times.
Yeah. So basically, once you get to like question 11 to 24, that's when there are questions that will scratch your head a little bit and make you say, okay, how do we actually want to deal with this?
Hmm.
Um, you know, yeah, 11 to 24 are really the,
Mhm.
Okay. And then just to clarify, we are all of our companies are holding some membership, and then we also all personally hold membership. Is that correct?
no, right?
It's
I
just
thought it was
companies.
just the
Yeah,
companies.
just companies.
So, okay. All right, we'll have to go through that. So there's just three companies that are members, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's split 33 and a third.
Yeah, it's split three ways. Yep.
Okay. And then I would agree with his recommendations that nothing is 100%, but we do want to have at least a majority on all things. Um, and then I would also, just because I'm dealing with it right now, make some recommendations as to like how it is, like how does the divorce go, right? Um, and I think I would make some recommendations as far as dissolution, buyout recommendations, opportunities. Obviously, there's going to be a first right of refusal, but I think there has to be another type of clause in there as well regarding um, the buyout or however we want to do it.
Mhm.
Because, and I'll explain kind of how this is going for me right now. I have a partnership that is not awesome, and I there is no clause on how to trigger a buyout. And so like if I were to want to sell my share, then she would have first right of refusal, but there's no indication as to me like just saying, "Hey, this isn't working. I want to buy you out completely."
Right.
So there we've got to make some recommendations as to how that happens because it's the devil's in the details and I can make some recommendations from what I am dealing with currently and how it might have been better constructed on the front end.
Great.
Okay, so can so I think going through one by one and then just picking a color, um, and then just typing in your thoughts and answers. Can we share it on a Google Doc, Colin?
Yeah. It's in
Did
Word
you?
currently. It's
Yeah.
in
Do
the
you want
web.
me to just
Yeah,
put it? Yeah, I downloaded it. It's on my laptop. I can put it in up in a Google Doc and then share it if that works.
sure.
So we can all work on it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Okay. So as long as it's not holding up, then we'll be thoughtful and this is not an emergency. You are correct.
Not an emergency. No,
Okay.
I think the next thing that has to happen is the bank account and then tie it to the merchant. So I can do that. I'm gonna see how easy I can do that today, possibly in the afternoon, and then once that's done, Atiba, do you have a preference of merchant like Stripe?
I mean, Stripe is the
It's
popular
easy.
one. Um,
Yeah.
and it's easy only because it's easy. It's probably one of the more expensive. Um, but I think we can start there. Ultimately, we'll need multiple merchants anyway.
Okay.
But we don't have to start there today.
Okay.
I would agree. I
So
think Stripe to start is the best option because
okay.
we can always switch it over later.
Okay. So after the bank account, yeah, are you guys okay with me just setting up a Stripe and then okay.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
And then the massive question is who are we going to hire to run this puppy?
Which part?
We gotta have somebody
All of it.
wrangling us.
Oh
'Cause
no, totally. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things right now that um it's not in our best interest to be doing that we're doing.
you,
So
you are
um
correct.
so that's where I'll get the bank account started, Stripe account. I'll share the Stripe info with you guys so you guys can all get in there. Um and then yes, we'll need a an operations person.
Well, I got a little bit of experience in finding people.
Hmm.
Yes. If you could find us a Skylar, that would be great. Whatever, all of his parts are phenomenal. All of the things he brings to the table. He's like a nearly rabid dog hooked to a Tasmanian devil in a good way.
Did you say a nearly rabid dog hooked to a Tasmanian devil?
In like fluffy bear costume. Yes. He's heavenly. He has just the right amount of like uh everything. Yes. So if you could just replicate him, that'd be great. If he has a
Okay,
twin, that'd be phenomenal.
okay. I will get them
Just
on that.
you I've had, and I'm sure you have, the Filipino culture is not as um, you know, self-starter like bugging and pushing and pushing and pushing is not as common as like awaiting direction and acquiescing. And so uh, I run better when someone is telling me what to do. And I think we probably all ready to just handle us and be like, you right to do this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And have some
Yeah.
like self-starter and be like, okay, I see the whole overview. This is what's going to happen. This is what needs to happen. This
Process oriented and mission focused, task oriented with knowing how the parts operate and pushing the buttons.
yeah. Colin, have you, Blake, have you started working with Blake Miller?
No, they're coming out for their first in January.
Who's them?
Blake Shane and Blake.
Oh, both Blakes. Good God.
hmm I'm
Okay,
gonna I'm gonna work with them all at the same time.
cool.
That was as soon as we can get everybody's schedules. Um, initially we
Yeah,
had initially we had December, and then Blake and Shane wanted to make it January, which works out better for Blake Miller. So
okay. I still haven't had an onboarding call with Blake Miller, so I'm just kind of
yeah, yeah. I touched
wanting to
base with
check
him.
in.
Yeah, I touched base with him before a few weeks ago, and he's going through our modules.
Okay.
He's excited.
Okay. Well, I'll just reach out to him again then.
Yeah, reach out
Be
to him.
like, hey, dude, let's get you onboarded so you can have access and at least come to the calls.
Yeah,
Hey, dude.
because outside of his he has probably the most bandwidth out of everybody we work with outside of his 10 days where he's doing the call and what is it, Chicago or wherever he's doing his trauma
God,
calls.
I don't even know where he is. Yeah. Sounds
Well, he's in
awful.
Michigan and he drives and spends 10 days at a hospital.
Probably in Indiana or something like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And then the days when he's not there, like he has time to work. So
Man, I need more of that.
Yes, you did.
Working on it. Shit. Uh,
Okay.
anyways, okay. I'll just touch base with him.
Um, Ariana, I am also in need of, and whether we want to do this now and take this time now or not, Kyle and I did it last week, but going through the TrueMD landing page and getting your review on changes that need to be made.
Okay.
So, do you want to do that now or you want to do it on your own and send it to me?
It'll be unlikely if I do it on my own and send it to you that it'll get done. So if you want me to very quickly go through and tell you what I like and what I don't like, that would probably be more efficient and effective.
Let's do it very quickly then. And yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity to do it because, as you might have noticed, I've got a couple of
Mhm.
irons
Irons
in
and
the
fire.
fire, and
Yeah.
and my motivation is at like an all-time low currently. So we'll do our best. All right, let's see here.
Colin, your changes have not been made in this yet, but
okay.
we've got them.
Okay.
We're not doing daily ground transportation.
Right. If it's going to be at the site.
All right, and then obviously we just got to change the next steps to go to Phoenix. Okay.
But yes, yes.
Okay. Scroll down.
How far do you want me to go here? That's good.
Yeah. Is this true that they've been pre-qualified for this exclusive event?
By this next one, not as much as the first one for sure.
Okay. Well, so my question is, do we want to keep this? Because number one, I think, um, I still think that it's exclusive, and I still think that it is not everybody gets invited, but it is not like we don't have a pre-qualification um, sequence. So the likelihood, like we don't have that. So let's see here. You're licensed physician, interested, title insurance, step by step instruction. System.
I have a small suggestion on a couple words
Yeah.
on the fourth green checkpoint, ready to follow. I said if you're ready to step into a proven system with personalized coaching.
Mm.
Yes, I like that. When we're talking about the truth about those successful doctors you see on stage, who are we actually talking about?
The one was the woman who was just talking.
Me
Um,
or the person on the video?
the person who was talking, you, who asked the person who asked the question, and her
Okay.
friends
Okay.
who hang out on stage with her.
Gotcha. Yes. They all do, don't they? It's not in med school, it's in residency. But you
Right.
could just say in training, in their training.
So didn't learn advanced PRP techniques in their training.
Yeah. Because everyone goes through med school and you basically learn nothing. And then you have to go through residency and actually learn how to be the type of doctor that you want to become. Um, and that's when you're supposed to learn all the cool stuff that you need to learn to do your craft. And so that's where all the advanced techniques, and then these super, super advanced techniques you learn in fellowship.
Okay,
But
so
we won't talk about fellowship
and we're not talking about residency, we're just calling it training.
training. Yeah.
Okay.
You're correct. They didn't learn about business in school, any of the school. They didn't learn about marketing in med school. That is correct. They didn't learn about advanced PRP techniques in
Okay. We did the scroll. Ariana, we got you.
We lost her. Is she driving?
Yeah, she's in the car.
Yeah.
Yep, now she's officially gone.
Okay.
Hi guys.
Hey, welcome back. The party's still going.
Uh, and you've got one bar, Phone, but that's okay. Can you
Say
hear
it.
me?
I can hear you, but I don't know what you just said.
My ears. I said I can't see you, and I have no real connection. I have one bar. I
So in other words, we're going to lose her again, which we may just have done. Nope, she's there.
I'm here. I'm here. The problem you're facing right now, let's be brutally honest, my internet sucks. No, just kidding.
I live, maybe you don't live in Kentucky. Maybe you live in Calipino.
What? Oh yeah. Counting in the insurance shop 40% out cash services. Things and yeah.
And she's gone.
Yep.
All right.
I
Um,
think she's driving to the airport.
yeah.
And she's back.
Uh, yeah, I do. Internet efficient. I haven't seen. Okay.
So we're getting like every sixth word, we believe.
Yeah, I didn't even see you guys. I don't know what happened. Okay. Okay. And that's everything else. A minute. Wear your safety blanket.
This
And
isn't
the coaches
technically
behind
true.
success stories. I mean,
The together piece isn't the true part.
we could just say we've guided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Um, how do you feel about this safety blanket?
Let's change that.
I just feel like,
Either leave it out or
We
hmm,
are the expert guidance.
yeah, something more like that. I
Um,
would say I would just say the expert guidance, right? And then it says we're Ariana Demiras, Atiba de Souza, Colin Rigney.
yeah, expert
you know what's so
guidance or
funny?
expert guides.
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 You know what's so funny is I missed the headline. I was reading all the way down into white. Totally missed it. It said it at the top too.
Mm.
Expert guides. We are these people together. We've guided dozens of positions to the exact blueprint that creates our success stories we see on stage. We've done the trick behind success stories, the ones who guided them through every step, the ones who gave them the confidence to build their practices. Um, Baby, it's okay. Now I'm all 5G'd up.
There you go.
Okay, great. All right. Let's see here. We've been Thanks, Dave. So here's my question is, when we put a specific dollar amount, I feel like people qualify themselves in or qualify themselves out.
Hmm.
Point in case in point, do you
Blake.
remember? Yeah. I forget what he said. He's like,
Oh,
oh,
he's
I don't
I
need your
already make
help.
more than that. Hmm.
Right.
So here's something we've been playing with internally, which I don't have an exact answer for,
Okay.
which I would need expert guidance from an expert guide on.
Yeah.
um, is the concept of changing the money
Yeah.
to how much you're actually paying yourself.
Okay.
Because take Blake. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm already well past that, but you ain't making a penny.
Right.
So
So
therefore,
here's
you ain't nowhere.
right. You're exactly right.
Mm.
You can lie to yourself all day long. Um, so there's these two concepts. One is replacing your existing income,
Hmm.
and the other, which I like a whole lot better, and I heard it a long time ago and it resonated with me, is your freedom metric. And it would require some explaining, but it's the same kind of thought process as F it money, right? I want to make enough money just to say, go kick rocks, right? It's that
Mhm.
freedom metric. How much money, and it's going to be different for everybody. Um, but how much money do you need this business to make to pay yourself so you can get out of your day job? Because everybody has a day job, right?
Mhm.
So in the coaching program where I learned about this like this concept, it was the same concept, right? But they walked you through like how to calculate your freedom metric. But what it has to do with for physicians is replacing what they're making currently. because
So,
that's part of the reason they're still in the day job is because they've got these golden handcuffs. They've got the, they've made some decisions financially, then they're not really willing to ratchet it back, budget it, restrict, because that makes them feel like they've now unarrived, right? Because money
so
is how people judge their success.
right. It's a sexy concept and it creates a bunch of nebulousness for us in a program.
I know.
Because, Colin, what's your freedom metric? Ariana, what's your freedom metric?
Hmm.
Right. And
Right.
so we're trying to help you grow to a point. Well, if everyone's point is different,
No, I hear you. I totally, this is definitely like, um, like, yeah, the goal being to replace your income. I don't know how to say it though. I mean, that's what would so if not my poor husband, the example, you know, if he could replace his income that he's getting right now at his in his day job with his cash-based practice, he would quit his day job. But there's this problem where you can't scale your cash practice without working on it, right? And so they're not willing to take that leap of faith and like quit their day job to work on their cash-based practice.
Hmm.
But I think a metric, yeah, I think like a 30K take home, even like you could even like, I don't know, 10K profit, like
let me ask you this question. Give me a range. Um, Give me a range of for the average doctor, what is the number? What is the number of what they make per year that
um
they take home?
take home pay.
Yeah, from their day job.
Mm, yeah, somewhere between 20 to 40,000 a month.
20 to 40, so somewhere between, so that's 30,000 a month, so that's 360 a year.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people to be really happy with 360 a year if they could have more freedom. So that means like you'd have to, it's somewhere in the 1 to 1.2 million real revenue, right? Something to that effect. No, you'd have to
Yeah,
do a little bit more. Yeah.
no, what am I doing? 160,000, 3.6 million.
Yeah. So 30K take home, I think is uh I think people would be happier. Excuse me, really happy with that. I think 20K
Right.
take home.
That's a much different business that we're building than what we set
Yes,
out. If we're
exactly, exactly. But if we said that they can take home, if they can make real revenue 50K a month or even 100K a month, right? And then it's 10% profit, that's 10K a month take home pay. That's a livable.
so the math is 50K, that's 600 a year.
Yeah.
So at 600 a year, your take home is 20% of that. So that's 120.
Yeah. That's probably the lowest um that anyone would accept. But I think that gives you a freedom metric, like that take home pay. I think that's a workable number.
That is four
Because
procedures.
do what?
That would be four procedures. No, no, that math can't be right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that
Hmm.
many, right?
20%
So if
is,
you're
is
if you're saying 50K
it's
revenue,
20 procedures. 50K revenue is 20 procedures a month at $2,500 per average cost per procedure
and
per
that's why you have to push the
AOV.
ART to 5K
Yeah.
per procedure, right?
Yes, but let's do it with this.
Reality.
So they need to do 20 procedures per month.
That's one a day
But
or
then
five a
that's
week. I'm about ready to kill my internet.
that is five a week.
Yeah.
The question is, do they have the capacity to do this?
Sorry, guys. There's this new place called San Francisco. It's rural. We have shitty internet. What was it?
The question is 20 procedures a month, five a week, realistic? Do they actually have the bandwidth for that?
Um, but
Because
and
if
I
you're
found
talking, so let's play this out. And Colin, I love your input on this too,
throughput,
right?
right?
Mhm.
The marketability.
Right. So let's assume,
I think it's that is a reasonable consideration.
okay, we all we heard was that's a reasonable consideration.
5 a week is a reasonable consideration at the end of our program.
So the concern is, Atiba, the bandwidth that these people have combined. So with their day job, right, to do five a week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can do it all in one day. That's the point.
You can't. So
Right.
I'm less worried about them doing the procedures, and I'm more worried about
The patients.
everything else
Yeah.
it takes to do five. Because this now at five a day means you're
Doing the,
fielding
yeah.
20 calls a week,
Yeah.
30 calls a week, right?
Doing the
Do
work
they?
to identify the 5 patients a week.
Yes.
Yes, you're
Getting the
correct.
number of patients, qualifying them, converting them, scheduling them.
Yep. Yep.
It was going to require X number of new patients per month.
Because even if you had a 50% close rate, that means you got to see 40 patients per month in office to close half of them to get you to 20.
Yeah.
Probably had four times that in volume and phone calls, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah, this is the tricky part, right?
Mhm.
Is you've got to like rob Peter to pay Paul. Like this is always the messy middle where you just got to either freaking commit and say I'm all in, because then you absolutely can hit those numbers, or you're just going to continue to dabble.
Yeah.
And then as you push your ART up and will have more and more confidence and you've built your like cash-based practice, you then have more confidence, then you push your ART, then you don't have to close as many, or if you close as many, you double your revenue, or quadruple your revenue, right? As you continue to push your ART up.
But this falls solely and very, very squarely on your program, Ariana, to help them see and get there and control
Yes.
this growth and their internal, the numbers of. So it's one thing of, and Colin, you said it, of getting the volume and managing the volume. There's the other thing of managing the business behind the volume, and because you can get the volume and have your operating expenses go ballistic, right, to try to keep
Yeah.
up, which, as we've seen so many times from doctors, is the way things happen. You just hire more staff. Well, that eats into your operating expenses and causes it to bloat, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So making sure that they also understand how to manage all of this, the profit, the owner's pay, and the operating expenses. Otherwise, they get to the end and they don't have the result.
Yeah.
Even if they have the volume, they just feel like they ended up trading insurance for cash and they're still in a rat race.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean but it's still not, it's not exactly a volume. It's not a one-to-one trade. You are correct. There's still you're still going to see patients, right? But those interactions, those it's a 4-to-1 ratio basically, right? Do you want to be staying in insurance or do you want to go cash? So you can
Absolutely.
either, right? But you still have to see patients. It's not like this freaking magic bullet that like releases
Absolutely.
you. But you can have a much higher value, which means you have to see less patients for the same value. Or if you see the same number of patients, you quadruple your income. So, but it's about a 4-to-1 ratio. So it still
Yeah.
is like the juice is worth the squeeze for sure. It's just, you're right. Like you're still, there's still this a little bit of the churn. It's less, way less, and more satisfaction, for sure. And you feel like you're more valued, but it's not perfect. It's not free money.
No, and it's not at all. and wasn't suggesting it's just we have to teach them how to manage as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So ultimately, back to our like conversation of what our promise is and what our money piece is.
Well, hold on. But before
Yeah.
you say that, Mariana, let's also deal with the ugly statement in the room, okay? Which is our 30K number
Uh-huh.
came
I know where it came
because
from.
we were playing nice with Mavericks.
Right.
And it was, we got you to this point where they picked up and took you after.
Right.
And so we also have to ask and answer, is that no longer true? Whether it be Mavericks
Um,
or something else.
right. I think I think we still are the starter kit, right? I don't have all of them, but we're gonna get you the infrastructure for you to be able to grow, like and scale, right?
Mhm.
Just like if you are, you know, if you've got organic growth and you're not and you're doing well, and then you have a reproducible, you know, landing page or whatever, and then you put money to it, you run ads, it's gonna, it's gonna start to scale. But if you don't have the basic infrastructure underneath it, no matter how many ads you run, if you can't answer the phone, if you can't provide the right output, like you can run as many damn ads as you want. Then you're QC. So I do think we are the starter kit, right? The start, but do is there a requirement to grow more, or is our program also providing that? I don't know.
It's a worthy question. And are we equipped to are equipped to do it beyond what our initial I'm not saying we can't, and I'm not saying it's not possible, but for where we are
N
right now, I think we got to hang
no.
our hat somewhere.
Yeah. We're the beginners. This is where the beginners go, is my opinion. And this is what we can provide for them right now. We can get them from 0 to 30K, 50K. Because at 50K, it starts to become sustainable to do it all by yourself, right? But yes, I think 30K is low. But yes, that was where it came from, is to have the next step be Mavericks. But that is not currently in the cards as a partnership. Thoughts?
How does an additional $120,000 in personal take home income sound to you?
Freaking phenomenal.
How would it have sounded to you 5 years ago?
I didn't care. Like when I was first starting out, I was brand new,
Yeah,
just opening my practice.
yeah.
I wasn't really doing it for the money.
And that then leads to the question then why do we even need to hang our hat on that?
I don't think so. I think you can
I
just
think
hit
that's good. Right.
profitable.
You think what's good, Colin?
That's a good question, and actually, I agree with it. I think that gives us more by not boxing ourselves in with a number. It gives us a lot more freedom to talk about this concept with more nuance in the workshops.
I think you can just say the ones who gave them confidence to build profitable practices, cash-based practices.
So here's the other side of this argument is how do we know and how do we measure a win? How do we know when someone has come through the program and they have won? The number,
Gives us the win. It's the outcome. It's a tangible outcome.
profitable. Okay, so you made $1 more than you spent. You were profitable. Um,
The
I,
bar's
I-
pretty
it's,
low, dude.
I mean, listen, Colin, I had a quarter rotisserie chicken for $2 today. So yeah, I guess $1 could go pretty far.
Mhm.
But seriously, I, I I agree on both sides. The number boxes us in,
Yeah.
and the number also gives us a tangible metric to say for people to say, I want that, I got to that, that worked.
Yeah.
Is there a way to build this into the workshop? Like, because everybody's number might be different, right? And so we make them we take people through a thought exercise of going through, and this is how we customize their plan, or at least resonate with the person coming in.
Yeah, that's a really good
Yeah.
idea.
I think I just need to build that into my part of my program, or we can do it as a whole. But this that concept of that freedom metric, you're exactly correct. Like for, the every person's freedom metric is going to be different because their perception of what success looks like is different.
Mhm.
Some people might want be like, if I had an extra 20K a month, my life would be completely different. Some people think if I had an extra 5K a month, my life would be completely different. It would be giving me breathing room, or, I could finally pay myself a livable wage, or I could go on vacation because I don't go on vacation now. If I got an extra 10K a month, oh my God, I could take a vacation every month that I would have arrived,
Mhm.
right? Like a nice vacation every month. That might be, but
Yeah.
I think I'm very familiar with the exercise, and I'm happy to weave that in to what I do.
So this is on and off topic. Okay, let's play it out for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. So we work with you to develop what your freedom metric is. And that freedom metric then gets plugged into our calculator that basically tells you the level of effort that you need in order to achieve this goal by a certain date.
Hmm.
Is that actually realistic?
I think it's brilliant because again, it gives you that roadmap. It gives you like, okay, I just need to do these things. So I don't know if I shared with you guys part of the roadmap that I created for myself from Matt's program. Did I show you guys that?
I have seen it.
So
Yes.
it,
I don't
it
think I
was
have.
his matrix, um, but he never used it properly. And so I rejiggered it all, and it was a very compelling, clear roadmap. Do this, do this, do this every week. Do this, and by the end of the quarter, you should be at this dollar amount. And then the next quarter, do this, do this, do this. And then by the next quarter, you should be at the revenue dollar amount. But that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about, okay, based on what you want to do you want to go slower or faster, right? If you want to go faster, you got to do more effort and get more money. If you want to go slower and all you care about is 5K extra a month, and that's your freedom metric, you don't have to go as fast. There's still things you have to do, but you don't have to put, the gas all the way down. And so what I'll tell you is like that was an existing framework, but I rejiggered it and I created that as a goal directed quote roadmap on what to do next. Just like you've done it for, I mean, I've done it. I've done it for my people. I've done it. You've done it for the medical marketing roadmap. Like the concept of a roadmap and like a checklist and like, okay, do this next guide is really compelling for physicians. Partly because we've always been told if you just put your head down and do your work and work hard, you'll get the reward.
By the way, in case you ever wondered, if I was ever serious about the BNI triangle, which I know we talked about before, and I said, when you go to my Google Drive, everything is organized in BNI triangle, company, all the folders, structure, always. It's very important. An aside.
I need more of that.
This way. Why is this all jacked up? Oh, that's why. Um, don't you hate when you can't remember the name of something?
Yeah, I can never remember any where I put anything. I'm like, oh my God. I've tried to rejigger it like 1,000 times and it's just still is beyond me.
Yeah, this is not it. None of these are it.
Will you describe what you're talking about?
No, I probably can't find it because I probably shouldn't show it to you.
Okay. You're gonna be in trouble.
Um, no, I was going to show you the reality of that document that you were just talking about that Galogly never used correctly, where it actually came from.
It came from your guys' thing, your mastermind.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, Shay told me that.
yeah, 100% scalable.
Yeah,
Um, okay, just don't steal anything.
I'm not. That's why I made that point. Is like
No,
you made this
that's
thing. I know, but what
yeah.
I will tell you is he is not my only coach, and you know, there's a lot of content out there, and I feel 100% confident that that content that I created, the rejiggering of and thinking about it differently, I'd put my money where my mouth is every day of the week. So
So all of this really begs a much, much bigger question that I don't have an answer to.
great,
Um,
perfect.
and
But I want answers.
it's really what are we doing and in terms of all of the programs and coming together? Is there ever a point where we align everything really well? So we went through to make sure that
Yes.
overlaps were when we were in Vegas, which was great and was wonderful, right? Um, but we ha I believe we have to get to that cohesion
Mhm.
point where it's, bing, 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 and that's what they feel, and they're just like they don't feel like they have a choice. This is my next step in terms of when they're
Hmm.
in the program of what to do next, and there is no, well, I'm doing this over here, but I'm doing that over there. It's all
Right.
kind of um,
That is my goal by February. And so then the question is where do we house it? How do we house it? How do we do that? I just had a flash of how it can be. Um,
we
but
need a
you're
bigger
exactly
brain
right.
than ours.
A what?
We need a bigger brain than ours. I don't. I want to
Yeah.
say this with love. I don't think any of us have the capacity or bandwidth to do this.
Correct.
No.
And this is the goal. And I honestly don't know how hard like I just don't think it's that hard. Yes, none of us have the bandwidth, but somebody has the bandwidth.
So here's what's challenging. I'm not going to call it hard. Um, is what we're really mapping is the experience of the client through this
Hmm.
process.
You're correct.
And the other the big challenge that we have is we don't have enough at bats to know that, you know what, there are really three types of ways that people go through. There are really three
Hmm.
buckets that people fall in. And so we can start to massage and figure out where people are and help create their path, their roadmap.
Hmm.
Um, we
Uh,
don't have
can
enough
I share
data.
something? We don't.
Yeah.
This is my idea. This is what we need. This is Tracy Gappin's coaching program. but this is what we need for our program. Welcome call, lunch day, coaching. Oh, and then there's ultrasound and then more coaching. Oh, and then there's you start with, you got to do this piece and this piece and this piece, and then you're going to do
Hmm.
start your module with your ICP here, and then the next part. Oh, then you go back to Collins training, and then you do this piece and piece and this piece, and then you do, and they're going to be staggered in infrastructure and set and those things. And you're going to have, is it platinum? Is it gold? Is it silver? Depending. Oh, I have more. Cool. Um, does that make
So
sense?
this is, yes, it's great for
It
Tracy
does.
when, and it's easy when it's one person and it's all your program and you're forcing everyone through the same thing.
But that's what we're
Fortunately,
looking to do is have it be one program.
yes. And so fortunately, our friends are getting our onboarding together. So at least that will give us a taste of what it takes. Is that making sense,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, no,
Colin?
I get it. I get it.
Hmm.
It's going to take some doing for sure. And my imagination is part of this is going to be rebranding of content and meshing of content.
Hmm.
And so we still all will have standalone programs, but then there's this True MD program, right? The Freedom 30 program is a separately branded thing, and we've all contributed content to it, but it is its own entity. That's why we're doing this. It's the most
Hmm.
comprehensive. So that's my 2 cents. Um,
I
will it happen
think
by February? Probably not.
Go ahead, Colin.
having a master dashboard is going to be necessary. Because currently there's, from the user side, they have three things and they're all separate, right?
Yes.
Um,
And so we have to make a decision of where we house that inside of.
uh-huh.
Can we house it inside of a go high level? I think we can. What do you think, Atiba?
Not ready to make any commitments on anything because we don't know what it needs to
No, I
do.
just asked if you could. Maybe. Maybe is the option.
So yeah, um, I, I'm going to go with no.
Okay.
Um, and I'm going to go with no because there's a level of flexibility that I think we're going to want that high level is not going to be able to provide for us. I think
Okay.
we're going to ultimately have to custom build our dashboard for the three.
Okay.
And I could be very wrong about that too, but we need to sit down and really talk about what it is and what it
Yeah.
needs to do. Um, the thing that where my head goes initially is single sign-on. I sign into the dashboard,
Yes.
and the
Yep.
dashboard then allows me to sign into everything else
Yes.
Yeah.
without me having to do another username and password,
Yes.
right? Um, the and that's where I think high level breaks, like right there.
Yeah, there needs to be a single sign-on, single dashboard that gives people access to their progress and the content content and the progress of all three programs. Um, that alone, I mean, I think that's our first step. I think that alone, um, it doesn't have to be the most awesome thing in the world, and it's going to get better as we figure out a way to do it. But I think we have to agree conceptually that's got to be the next step because we all have existing programs that are really good and they're housed in our like they're siloed, right? We're in three silos, and we have to open that up to allow the person to see, okay, where I'm at and where how am I tracking here, and then what's my overall, right? And then what's the next step, and what's the step after the next step, and how the three programs are communicating with each other. um, they should be able to see that.
So yes, data exchange between the three is a big thing. Um, uh, Getting APIs into your programs that can give us that data that we can throw in the dashboard. That's something we have to explore. I don't know what's available.
Mhm.
The beautiful part of medical marketing roadmap obviously is I can do anything I want. Um, but Ariana, you're in Kartra,
No, I'm actually going, I'm migrating. I'm in Kajabi right now, and I'm migrating
Kajabi.
to, I'm migrating it to go house it in my Go High Level.
So the progress piece is going to be the key. What can we find out there? Um, and Colin, what system are y'all in?
Ours is in LearnDash.
I don't know LearnDash at all.
LearnDash is a it's a CME. Can I let me log into mine? I'll show you what it looks like.
LearnDash is like lots of courses are hosted through LearnDash.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's similar to Kajabi, but it doesn't have like LearnDash has some pieces that Kajabi doesn't have. Kajabi has some pieces that LearnDash doesn't have.
Of course.
It's really
So
nice because the quiz and the printouts and stuff like that is very sequentially oriented. Um, and let me show you guys. Let me share the screen. Just and I know I don't have a time limit this morning, so you guys let me know. I
I'm
won't
supposed to
spend a
be
lot of time
meeting
on this.
with someone else, but she's
Okay.
flexible since I pay her.
Okay, so when people this is their dashboard when they log in. The syllabus is their lighthouse when they go through the program. It's all broken down into the weeks and the readings. And literally, this is it. And the courses, you go here, and this tells you what you're in progress, what you finished, completed, certificates, points, etc. So each of you have do each of yours have something similar? I know yours does, Atiba. What does yours look like, Ariana, in terms of chronology and tracking?
Yeah, it has the same thing.
Okay. So getting all these to talk to each other would be, I don't, I think a big deal.
yeah. Okay, here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so it looks like LearnDash has an API that will give me um, user progress information, which is what we would need for the combined. So that's good. How detailed it is, I don't know, obviously. Yeah. So that at least list user course progress. Yeah. So I should be able to figure out where people are and pull that in and at least report on that.
And we can talk with Mohammed as to how he's organized the course within Go High Level.
Yeah, it has less to do with Muhammad and more to do with the API.
Okay. Because
What
right
the
now I have mirrored courses, right? So I have my course is still currently hosted in Kajabi, but they're migrating the same content over to Go High Level.
yeah,
So I don't have to host it within Kajabi.
progress tracking. Okay. So it looks like I can get progress for a user out of GHL.
Okay.
So if if this is all true, and if I can get progress out of LearnDash and progress out of the GHL and I have my own, we can at least build a dashboard that has all of the progress on it from all three
Okay.
systems.
And in theory, we can also build a integrated plan using that as well.
Hmm.
That is the theory.
It's going to take a full day to map that, at least in
Well,
person.
and see the difference. Both of you have a course, whereas we have a platform. And where
Yep.
our platform is what our platform is designed to do is, you do the intake and then the platform determines your order based on your intake.
Hmm.
Now, currently, we're not doing that. Currently, it's static, all
Okay.
right? Everyone's going through the exact same thing currently. We have the
Yeah.
ability to manually change it currently.
Yeah.
The goal of where we're going, though, is that you do which is part of those questions that I asked in our onboarding, Ariana, is that we were learning how to ask the questions we need to ask in the onboarding so that
Yeah.
the system can automatically build your process
Yeah.
and yours will be different than Colin's.
Yeah.
That's where the merger is also going to be interesting.
Okay. We got our work cut out for us, friends.
We do.
And it's a really cool product.
This isn't, and I think that's a gross understatement. This isn't a really cool product. This is something revolutionary that no one else has attempted to do, that no one else has had the balls and the gall to do. And on top of it all, this is actually something that will change the world.
That's a better statement. Yes, thank you.
And
Yes.
that is the cool part, but it's also the frustrating part because and like I have my managers coming in. The first one came in today. The other two are coming in about 4 hours. And this is our conversation tomorrow. It's like, look, I'm about to take you into a world that we don't know how to navigate.
Hmm.
Okay. Not a clue. We don't know the potholes. We don't know the failures. Hold on. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you all this. We don't know the failures that we're about to face, and it's going to require a ton of failure. Y'all, the three of us are going to fail a ton. And so, yes, operating agreement and all that crap, great. But we're going to fail a lot together here.
Hmm.
And that's the bigger part of the operating agreement for me is how do we deal with that together, right? And that mentality of failure is great because you can't win without failure. You're going to fall. You're going to bust your head, and we're going to bust our head a bunch. And there are going to be times when we're going to look at each other and be like, how did you bust your head this way?
Hmm.
Right. And so, yeah, so Ariana, I love it, but it's way past really cool. And so we also have to, which I know I'm preaching to the choir when I say this, we got to change our definition and our way that we look at failure in this process. You remember when we were kids and and Colin, you probably experienced this some. Your kids a little bit older, and so they probably stopped doing this now. But when there was the adult, you did something with them, and it was like you may have been scared to do it, but then you did it. Whether it was riding on their shoulders, getting swung around, and then when it was done, what did we all say? Again, again. We
Hmm.
all wanted to go on that ride again, again, right? And yeah, I believe that in order to truly get this to where it needs to be, where it truly changes the world, we have to change our relationship with failure from now. And we need to adopt that childlike exuberance of again, again, when it comes to failure. Like we're going to fail and then say, let's do it again and be that excited. And so I had these made. Can y'all?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I had these made tonight. uh, and that's the theme of my manager's retreat right now, and where we're taking the company is again, again. Failure is the only constant. So I look forward to failing with y'all a bunch because this really cool
Yes.
concept really will change the world.
I'm
I
with you.
agree.
So
It's the thing that I always wished I had, and so does everybody else. So all we have to do is give it to them.
yeah, yeah, and it won't be easy, but it's
No,
going to be worth it.
Hmm.
it's gonna be awesome. And that's why, none of us have the time actually to commit to this. And we're doing it anyways because we think it's awesome. And it is revolutionary.
Hmm.
This is disruptive, just like I like
That's why we're
it.
here.
Oh, Ariana, we'll leave it at this. We're disrupting health.
In a not a yucky way. Yes. Damn them for stealing my my title. I'm gonna steal it back somehow. All
All
right,
right,
guys.
y'all.
I gotta go like do some other stuff
Yeah.
and keep my promises.
Okay, you
All
do
right.
that.
I gotta can find some
All
Happy
right.
Monday, y'all.
internet.
Yep.
All
See
right,
you
we'll talk to
guys.
you later.
Bye.
Bye.